Play my level or die. 2019 Bloody 36. 63. I like it. So instead when the SPC engine dies and tries to load a new song, the game just waits forever to load no time to play because it can't die. Oh, okay. We meet again, I see. You know, that makes sense. It's probably sitting there trying to DMA a bunch of stuff in there, and it just doesn't work. Because the DMA is busted on the SPC side. That makes sense. Haunted Rainfall. How to request a game? Go back in time. The list is too long, and I wanted to work it down a lot before allowing more people to request things. Before you start the level, remember this gray turn blocks hurt you. Can you remember that? I'm not sure I can. That's tricky. Basically, my list got swamped about... God, when would it have been? 22-ish? Yeah, it would have been April 22. And it was highly suggested by Fiskbit to close it before it gets any worse. So... 10 subs for a request? I'll think about bringing back a cash-based version. Oh, I did not even think the right thing there. But it's probably going to start fairly high. I mean, that's effectively a... Well, let's see. That's effectively a $25 bribe. Depending upon the game, it might cost me that much to acquire said game. You know, plus the various losses from Twitch. I don't get exactly $2.50 per... dang it. Don't exactly get $2.50 per sub. But I will consider it once I get further along in my list. If I take down a couple more... Metroid's just sitting there. I need to, like, do a very small amount of work. Why'd I do that? To finish up Metroid and get it ready. You'd buy me the game on Steam? I will think about that. I will think about that. It didn't spawn the flop. It depends upon the game, I suppose. Would you be trying to keep that a secret until I would have it requested, or the request thing, or tell me now? Because it very much depends upon the game, too. You'll wait, it's fine. Like I said, I'll think about it. I haven't made a decision left or right here. Just a matter of, like... Oh, wait. Oh, why did I think that would go up? It's not a secret. You want people to suffer through La Milana? Oh, okay. That's not unreasonable. Like, I was gonna say, like, if it was, like, I don't know, Getting Over It, or one of those games, I'd be like, no. Hell, if it was Mooncat, I would say no. La Mulana... I will consider that one heavily, actually. Like, La Mulana has been one of those ones where, like, I should play it. I'm certain I told this story, I don't know if you've heard it, but I was at GDQ this year, SGDQ this year, and I overheard Author Blues say something to the extent of, anyone who's beaten Reverie without having played La Mulana deserves my respect. To which I had to go and be like, yo, hey, I've done that. Because I have. Argued in Getting Over It. The difficulty is kind of orthogonal, right? So the thing about the difficulty of Getting Over It isn't that... Oh, for Pete's sake. Like, La Mulana's difficulty comes from more lateral thinking and other things. It's a puzzle game at its heart, to some extent. With some missable stuff and some awful things. I understand there's some rough edges and whatnot. Like, I need to figure out the right version of it to play and things. I presume since you're saying Steam, probably the remake, as opposed to the original ZX Spectrum looking one. Or ZX Spectrum one. I'm really not sure if it's on the ZX Spectrum or not. Whereas the difficulty in Getting Over It is very much more about the execution of how you're doing things. Sure, there's puzzles. Kinetic puzzles at that. But it's not really the same in my mind. It's like I'm trying to compare the difficulty of The Fool's Errand to Invictus, the Kaizo hack. Like, it's an orthogonal basis. It does not make any sense, in my mind. Like, is Myst harder than Grand Poo World? Maybe? But not in a really meaningful way. Or at least it's such a weird way to be comparing difficulties that it just comes out strange. But yeah, Fries has been playing La Mulana again. He apparently forgot the game, so he could go back and enjoy it again, which is something I wish I could do for some games. Been long enough. Difficult execution. Play the Steam version. It's true the original, from what you've heard, it has a few fixes and oversights. Okay. This is a case where I've managed to say blind enough about La Mulana that I don't know that much about execution. I know that I think that Desi beat it, which means that the execution can't be that bad. I actually don't know if Desi beat it. Or which version he played, either. I guess I'll rephrase it as, I think Desi beat it. Look, let me put it this way. If you've seen a Kaizo hack that I've beaten, you can pretty much guarantee that Juz Cook could beat it, right? Or anybody of reasonable Kaizo skill could beat a Kaizo that I have beaten. I'm not that good. It's a reasonable type of tack to take with this sort of thing. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, that's a wall. Okay. I wonder if there's something up there if you manage to catch that timing right. I haven't even talked about the level. Like, I've been very careful. Except for piranha plants aren't my favorite. Oop. Anyway, let me put it this way. I'm seriously considering your proposal. I am not saying no yet. I am not saying yes yet. I am falling in a friggin' pit. That's an embarrassing way to die there. But I'm considering your proposal. SMW question. Vanilla fall through the ropes when you run to IVs. That code? That's code. Those are special ones. I want to say actually made for Grand Poo World 2. I actually don't know, though. But I'm absolutely certain that is not a vanilla mechanic. Otherwise, I definitely would have seen that in some OLDC level at some point in my life. There might be some sort of way to emulate it using OLDC rules, but I don't know what it is. And I highly doubt. Yeah, actually, I'm just going to say no. I don't think it. I think it's 100% ASAP. What did I hit? Shame if it's code. You really like that. It happens. Don't think it was for GPW? Okay. I'd be curious to know what used them before that, but the answer is probably Morsel. Oh, it is. And after actually beating Dark Souls, another request, that one was Louis Doucet's request, I understood the whole Sen's Fortress thing a lot better. Dark Souls was a really interesting request game, because it took me a while to really get it under it, to understand what I needed to do. And this happens with a fair number of request games where, like, it's outside of my wheelhouse to a degree where, like, I really do need to figure out the game itself. I felt the same way about Baldur's Gate 2. Baldur's Gate 2 also took me a while to kind of find my grounding. Like, what am I really supposed to do with this? How am I supposed to play this? Saving very often became one of the most important things, as I found out. You're a double slammer. We already established that. And Dark Souls, just like, it's very opaque about how anything works. What do my stats mean? I don't know. How do they interact with my weapon? I don't know. How do I get light in this area? I don't know. Only ever ended up with one source of light. Ever. And it was silly. And unfortunate. It was not the way I wanted to acquire light. Would have preferred to have acquired it in a different way, but it didn't end up happening that way. And I never got to see the Praise the Sun Man again. Where he had gone mad. Mad with sunlust. Oh well. Yeah, it was a cool level. Some good setups. I liked some of the force jumps. I really wish I hadn't screwed up that spin jump at the end and gotten that last dragon coin on the first time around. But you know what? That was pretty good. How'd it do? 15th? That's not bad for a 25 entry contest.